Hello friends, welcome back to another awesome day. Day 66 of the 100 days. In previous video, we have learned the complete intuition of the gradient descent, and in this video, we will start with the mathematical understanding of the gradient descent. So let me quickly revise that. We have seen that we select a random point here and then we try to reach local minimum, right? So when do we stop? Because we know that we have to stop here, but the machines, the blind person, do not know where to stop. So in order to understand that, we have basically 2 points. So the first point of, let me write it here, when to stop. The first point is when the B new minus B old is almost equals to 0, like it's very less, then means the slope becomes 0. And then again, the second point is the iteration, right? Let's say we have selected the 1000 iterations and these are known as the epochs, right? So let's say when the iterations are completed, so we can say that even we are increasing the iterations, there is no impact in the B, then we have to stop. Okay, so now let's proceed to the mathematical part. So here what we'll do, let's draw the function again. It's like L B square, right? And the formula for L is sigma n yi minus yi hat squared, correct? Then, and we know that yi hat is L yi minus mxi minus squared, correct? And we have already taken the value of m is equals to 1. It can be anything for now, but as of now, we are just checking the relation of L with the B only, because if you take both m and b, it will become a little bit difficult. So for now, we'll just understand with b and then we will understand with both m and b. So if I plug the value of m here, it will become yi minus xi minus b squared. Now the point is here, and we have to reach at the local minima, right? So we want the value of b when the loss is minimum, right? And to find that, so we can say the minimum is when the b equals to 0, right? Now to find the slope, what we'll do, we'll differentiate this L with respect to b, right? So here we want to find the slope. So what we do generally, we'll differentiate, right? So dl by db, and we know that this is b and this is L, right? So it will become dl over db minus 2. I have shown you this in previous video also. It will be yi minus xi minus b. So we can say the equation of slope is minus 2 sigma I yi minus xi minus b, correct? So here what we did, we'll just take the value of b equals to 0 for now. So it will become minus 2 yi minus xi, correct? And we know that we have the value of x and I, so we'll just plug those values in this equation and we'll be able to find the slope, correct? And we know that b new will be b old minus gradient, correct? So whatever the value of slope, we'll just put here and the learning rate, and then again we'll repeat the process. So in the next process, this b new will become b old, and in that way we will be repeating until and unless this b new minus b old is close to 0, or the value of epoch is finished, right? Whatever the value, 1000, 110, whatever, and then the change in epochs or the increase in epochs doesn't make any difference. So at that point we'll stop the iterations. Okay, let's understand this with the help of an example. So I forgot to tell you one thing, that here this is known as the step size. This n is learning rate and this is gradient, right? Okay, let's move to the screen and let me show you an example. If you can see on the screen that we are using sklearn.datasets and we'll import the Mac regression, and here we'll take the samples as 4 and 1 feature. So let me run this and it will plot a scatter. So here these are 4 points, sample points, and then what we'll do, we'll use the linear regression here. So we'll train the data and here is the M, which is 78.35, and this is B, which is intercept, that is 26.15, and let's draw it. So we'll draw a regression line. So this is the regression line, and we know that the loss, which is the square of the distances, which is this one, right? This is the yi and this is yi hat. So L will be the sum of the square of all these distances, correct? Okay, so this is the linear regression, and now we will apply the gradient descent. So we know that the line equation is y equals to mx plus c, and here we have taken the m as 87 and b as the 0 or c, right? So let's run this, and now let's plot this. Okay, so when we plot this, we know that these are the value which are actual value, and this is the predicted value, right? Now we know the equation, right? Y equals to mx plus b. Here we are assuming the m as the constant and b as 0. Okay, now let's plot this. So it will be, so this is the actual value yi, and this is the y hat which we have used in the prediction, and that is the linear regression line, right? So okay, now let's apply the gradient descent here, and we are assuming constant as m as 78.35 and b as 0. So when we run this command, we'll get this, and when we draw this, this is the value. So this is the OLS value with the help of linear regression, and this is the value with the gradient descent, correct? Now let's try to find the loss, which is L. This will be the negative 209, right? And let's assume the learning rate as 0.1 and try to find the step size, which is minus 20. So we have learned that b equals to b minus step size, means b new equals to b old minus step size, and this will become the new b. So when we apply this, b is now 20, correct? So let's draw this, and so this is the line, the light one, with the when b equals to 0, and this is when the b equals to 20, means it is coming closer to the regression line, correct? Okay, now let's again perform the second epoch or second iteration. So in that we'll calculate the loss, right? And then again the step size, and now let's try to find the b, and let's draw it again. And now you can see that it is moved more closer to the regression line, right? It is almost overlapping the line, correct? And again in the third iteration, when you perform, almost it is like, you can say it is on the top of the regression line, right? Okay, so we can see that now we can stop. So we have seen that there are two things when to stop. First, when b new minus b old becomes close to 0, or the second one is that when we have already completed our epochs or the iterations. Okay, now the best thing of gradient descent is that even when we take a random value very far, we'll be able to find the local minima. So let's say if I take b equals to minus 100, so, and I'll apply a for loop here with the epochs 100. So when I run this, you will see that it is coming closer to the regression line here. But so you have to take a balanced learning rate, right? If you take very less, so it might possible that you have to take more epochs, but if you take higher learning rate, then it might overshoot the local minima. So you have to keep the balance between the learning rate. We will learn this in detail in upcoming videos, but for now you have to understand that learning rate is also very crucial in this, right? So this was it for this session. In the next video, we will learn more about the gradient descent, and you can let me know if you have any questions. Until then, bye bye, take care, have a nice day.